So I had 3 bunches of water hyacinths on Father's Day. So what is that, a month and a half ago? So water hyacinth definitely will take over the top layer of your pond. The BioSteps 10 filter. Nutella pads. So what I do is kind of a manual flush. I leave the pump running and then I just take the pads out. And then I just start. I think I just start. Always rinse them off in the pond water. Rinse them off under the hose. You're going to kill any beneficial bacteria that builds up in them. Get all the large particles out of there, make sure they're getting drained out. So I'm going to continue to let it drain. I'm going to drain the pond probably about 200 gallons out of it until it gets down. The Rubbermaid stock tanks are kind of layered, it's 3 tiers, till it gets down to the bottom tier. And then I'll go ahead and remove the drain hose, plug it back up, turn the pumps off, and put my water conditioner in there and start filling it back up. So I got this old filter, it's just sort of a polisher. I just use polyfiber. Ugh, nasty. So that's just basically to help polish the water a little bit, capture the particulate. I put an algicide in there. API makes a product and it seems to work really good. So I always replace the carbon when I do a water change. That's the water still draining. So it is a beautiful Sunday. I'm about a third of the way through doing a water change on my pond. It is a 300-gallon Rubbermaid stock tank, and this is a 70-gallon Rubbermaid stock tank. So there's actually 3 pumps going right now. The main pump going to the BioSteps filter, another pump going to what I affectionately refer to as the bog, and then a third pump going to that little barrel filter there to help polish the water some. This pond's been set up for several years now. Some of the fish are probably 12 years old, 14 years old. The youngest fish happens to be the biggest one, that large butterfly koi right there. I don't know if you can see them all that well, but there's 3 actual koi in there, the big butterfly koi and the 2 orange and black ones. And then the rest of them are all just goldfish, various colors, fantails, things like that. But what I need to do now is I need to go over there and let those pumps down. And there's the box turtle, Han Solo. Say hi, Han. One of the things you'll learn is, or that I learned, if you suspend your pumps up like this, if you have a leak or some sort of plumbing problem, then you're not going to accidentally drain your entire pond and kill your fish if you don't discover it in time. That's why I suspend them up like that. All of them are kind of suspended up. So if there is any plumbing accidents, the pond will not completely drain. Big old garden spider. I have monofilament line all the way around, except for on this side over here, just in case a blue heron or an egret lands. It's supposed to be that, you know, they can't see it that well and they'll touch it and it'll scare them off. I haven't had any problems since I put the pergola up, so it kind of blocks their view. Got some little ladders for if the box turtle gets in here, he can climb out. And we're babysitting for the summer a little spotted turtle that I found almost dead on the side of the road. It's doing well. I plan on releasing him before the end of the summer at a park nearby where I found him. Almost ran him over. He was so lethargic. Alright. So I've drained about 2/3 of the water out of the main stock tank. When I do my water changes, I always add a little bit of salt back into the water. That was just Morton's pool salt. It's the all natural variety, no additives to it. So if you're going to use, buy a 40-pound bag of salt for like $3 at Walmart, as opposed to spending that on a little milk carton at the pet shop, that's the way to go. But make sure it's the all natural stuff. And so then I need to make sure that this thing is drained. My little homemade drain tube here. One of these days I would like to kind of hard plumb this thing so that I just have a valve right here. A valve. So before I turn my pumps back on, I got to make sure the drain is closed off. And now we will turn the hose on. Well, the hose is already on, but I got to get my dechlorinator, my water conditioner, because I am just using, tap water to fill this bad boy up. And so I use Prime, and it's a cap full for 50 gallons. So I'm going to do a conservative estimate that I've removed 200 gallons. So we will put 4 capfuls in. And of course, it's not cooperating with me. There we go. Yeah, this is smart, Chuck. How's that look, guys? Alright, here's one. Alright, you guys know how to fill stuff up in a cap. I'm gonna turn this off a second. Alright, so the 4 capfuls of Prime's in there. I got the hose on and it is running. So I'll let it fill up a little bit, and then I will turn the pumps back on. If I can turn the pumps back on now. There's my little barley bale. I don't know if that thing's doing any good or not. Like I said, I did use an API product to kill the algae. I'll try to do a screenshot or show you guys how green and nasty the water was just a few weeks ago, but it's cleared up right nice. Some particulate in there floating around I need to get out. But I think it's looking really good, kind of late in the season. But I'm glad it finally cleared up for me. So let me go plug my pumps back in. Well guys, so I just thought I would share with you guys kind of my weekly or every other week pond maintenance that I do. I really enjoy fish. I had to break down my reef tank not too long ago, earlier in the year, and I get a lot of enjoyment out of the pond, and I love that koi. That big beautiful koi right there. So they're really fun. I love taking care of them. And just, you know, during the spring, the toads come out here and they lay eggs, and you know, obviously I got my little box turtle out here and a little spotted turtle that's probably hiding in the bog somewhere. I wish I knew what kind of plant that was. I don't know what kind it is, but the whole purpose behind the bog is, you know, it's just water going in there, and it's feeding the plant, the nitrates, so it's helping to keep the water clear, helping to keep the pollutants down. So that's the whole premise behind having a little bit of a what I call remote bog. I feed these guys just Tetra Pond food. There's probably better food out there, but that's, you know, that's what I feed them. But anyways, we will. We'll come back here in just a minute or two when it's filled up, and we'll show you guys what it looks like completely filled up with all maintenance done. There's how the salt will dissolve slowly so it doesn't shock them. But anyways, be back shortly. Alright, so that about wraps up my typical weekly, bi-weekly maintenance and water change on the pond. Got rid of some water hyacinths, cleaned the filter pads, got some new poly filter, put new carbon in there. I could do a little work on my landscape and get some grass off the rocks and all that stuff, but that'll be for another day. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed that little deviation from the reptiles. And until next time, take care, and thanks for watching.